Welcome to the RIOT podcast for Thursday. It's Thursday, right?
It is Thursday.
Okay. Because I'll be honest, I can't keep track of what day it is.
Not this week, you can't
I just keep being like, wait, what day is it? Huh?
It's Thursday, October 18th.
Great.
Okay.
Great, Nikki, great. All right, let's do this.
So a lot in this podcast. Hopefully you're ready to enjoy.
So here's what we're talking. What the studio smells like. The friend that Nikki almost made this morning.
Oh, okay, side note on that. Like I only have one cat right now. My other cat's passed away. And when I saw the little kitty cat, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a friend for him. And then it's not. So
not a good idea.
You'll obviously, since it wasn't a cat.
Side note, I was talking to some people that got a cat and they have to slowly introduce the cats to each other.
You're supposed to, yeah. Like a lot of people keep them in a bedroom with the door shut, and so they can see each other just kind of under the door thing.
Right.
So you just let them get used to each other first.
They were basically saying you take one cat out and then let the other cat wander the house for a whole day so that its scent gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Then after 2 days, you introduce them to each other. And then after a few days, you put up a baby gate.
Pretty much.
And
so
then
they
you
can
put
see
the
each
cats
other.
so they can see each other, but they can't touch each other.
Yeah, not everybody does all that, but you're supposed to, depending on your cats and the cat you're trying to introduce.
That's a lot of crazy.
My cats mostly were just here in the door.
Good times.
Try not to kill each other.
Other things you're going to hear about today: workplace bullying. Placing bets on the royal baby, green-colored foods, gift card conspiracies, stuff like that.
Lots of good stuff.
Oh, and when is the best time to steal Christmas decorations?
We're helping you out with that.
You got to start making plans, guys. Come on. So enjoy today's podcast. Remember, you can always stop by RIOT.RadioU.com. Find links to our Facebook page, our Twitter, whatever. We do love to hear from you guys, so feel free to stop by and say whatever's on your mind.
You're able to message us. You can text us, 877-2RadioU, and just put your podcast listener with your name, and we'll see it.
All right. Well, bye, everybody.
Enjoy the day, your Thursday.
It's the RIOT.
The Worst of the RIOT box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's the Worst of the RIOT on RadioU.
If you missed it yesterday, we ate disgusting candy canes.
We did, and you can watch it. Oh, my gosh. You're going to love it.
You can find a link to them, riot.radiou.com. If you go there, you'll find links to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and that's where you can find the video of us eating them.
The RIOT Food Fight featured mac and cheese candy canes and rotisserie chicken flavored candy canes. So
now,
it's not to be missed.
It could be just my bad memories, but I would swear to you that this mic smells like it.
Like the rotisserie chicken? Actually,
it
really
actually
good.
smells more like the mac and cheese one.
Really?
Yeah. Well, okay. I forgot that we did that yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. And I was sitting here and I actually thought, I was like, it smells like macaroni and cheese over here. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Or someone else, maybe yesterday on air, or if they were hanging out over there, maybe they also had some of the mac and cheese.
Maybe they ate mac and cheese and just started kissing the microphone?
Could be. Actually, I was thinking they more had the candy canes and just were rubbing them on the microphone for you.
There for a while.
That's probably what I would guess.
For real, I smell macaroni and cheese over here. It has to.
Maybe it's in the trash can, but you don't normally smell the trash can.
No, I don't have a. Listen, guys, I don't have a good schnoz. And just to point that.
It's always stuffed up. Not as bad as it used to, but pretty close.
After that surgery, it's better. But yeah, no, I swear to you, I get little whiffs of macaroni and cheese. Now, I still have one of the candy cans over here. I was supposed to take it home, and I didn't because that's what I do. And I
could be the culprit over there.
I mean, I guess, but it's pretty far away for it to be, providing the smell.
It's powerful.
Yeah. Don't you wish that? Boy, I wish I could get that really good. Everyone acts like macaroni and cheese is easy to fix, but it's not. Properly prepared Kraft macaroni and cheese, there is, I feel, a 15-second window where you can get it just right, where it's either been on the stove too long or not long enough. Not long enough, it's chewy, too long, and it's mushy. And there is that sweet, sweet middle ground. That very few chefs possess the ability or are willing to put in the time to care enough to get it just Right.
See, I always thought that mac and cheese would be easier to make if you could put it in the microwave somehow. But then you had to use the stovetop, and it was always a little bit more work than you wanted it to be.
Kraft has a version that is microwavable, but I've never tried it. Have you tried it?
I've not.
Hey, if you've tried it, you should text us 877-2RADIO-U.
And I know there's other companies besides Kraft. So
No.
Yes, there is.
No, there is not.
And there's other styles of cheese.
No,
you can go all weird.
I refuse. I'm not doing it.
It's not just that one box.
Listen, no, there's only two kinds of macaroni.
And I don't mean this individual cup that you can microwave of mac and cheese.
That's kind of what I mean.
No, I just mean the whole big box.
No, look, where I'm coming from, first off, Velveeta shells and cheese, pass the bucket because I have to throw up. I don't want that. For me, mac and cheese is either you're going Kraft or, and I will accept this, you've got to go basically like homemade. So I'm not saying you have to
4 cheeses.
Yeah, I'm not saying you have to make the noodles yourself, but at that point it needs to be a macaroni and cheese bake where we're dealing with potentially different kinds of noodles. So maybe it's not even macaroni and cheese. Maybe we've got like those butterfly noodles or a good rotini or something like that. Multiple cheeses
And
and
some butter, some breadcrumbs.
I was going to say potentially some breadcrumbs because we're going to put it in the oven and brown those a little bit. Those are the two things that I'm okay with. Anything in between,
he's not into.
It's not going to work for me. Hey, Nikki said she had a story, and I want to hear what happened.
Don't think it's too much, but it's just a warning about the front area of our RadioU compound.
Huh. Now I'm really curious.
We have a fountain out there. It's about that area.
Now I'm even more curious.
It's what happened.
Did you know the Riot can help you see into the future? Every time Obadiah says he likes a show, impress all your friends by correctly predicting it will be canceled by the end of the year.
Canceled. What are you talking about? It's not funny.
Works every time. It's the Riot on RadioU.
So this morning, Nikki came in and
something happened.
In story time.
Well, actually, I got out of my car, and it's very early. It's
so
very dark
early.
out.
It's dark.
There's
no
lights
sun.
out there, but you just can't see much. But I thought I heard a noise behind me, and where we park behind, there's like a fountain in the middle.
It's
with
not
some,
actually a fountain.
It used to be.
It looks like a fountain.
It doesn't work
I call
anymore.
it a statue of a fountain.
It is a statue. It at one point was a fountain, but that was too much work. So it's out there, and there's some bushes and shrubs around it. So it's like a little landscaped area in the parking lot. And I thought I heard something there. So I turned around, and it looked like it was the cutest kitty, Obi, a little cat out there. And it's a little black cat. Mm-hmm. And so I go, not in an evil way.
It's a black cat?
It's not an evil black cat.
You don't know that.
No, but he looked, I was just like, oh my gosh, let's go see. And I had a little bit of my breakfast left. I thought, oh, maybe I'll just go over there and give the cat something. And so
the cat was like, no, I need bread.
No, I went from my car and I started walking over. I was like, wow, that is such a unique pattern for that cat. It's got this really neat white stripe down it. So I get closer and closer. And then he starts walking around. I was like, oh my gosh, this cat kind of hops in a weird way. It's not a cat. It was a skunk.
You're lucky.
He's in the middle. I know I was, right?
You are lucky.
I was right there in front of him. And I was like, what? And again, it's dark. It's like, what are you doing out here?
Hey there, cutie pie.
Do you need help? Because you can come in if you want to come in.
Come on into the building.
It's not a cat. It's a skunk. And he's in the middle. And he's by the fountain. So if anybody else comes in, don't fall for his trickery.
Do not mess with that skunk.
Do not mess with him.
Wow,
I just felt stupid, though. I thought, boy, we need to pay more attention.
Are skunks nocturnal?
I don't know. He was up. He was out there.
They are nocturnal. So they're most active at night. They do not hibernate, but they tend to be inactive during the coldest months in the winter when many gather in communal dens for warmth.
Maybe there's more out there. What if that's a den?
What if the statue of a fountain is the secret entrance to a skunk den?
To the skunk den, and it's out there.
Oh, you don't want to go out there.
He was very cute, but once you then really opened your eyes, then I could really tell he was not a cat.
You don't want that. That's like Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, he's out there.
The Warner Brothers cartoon, if you guys have never seen it, he's a French skunk that falls in love with what he thinks is a female skunk, but it's actually a cat that has accidentally been painted with a white stripe. Mm-hmm. And so he is constantly pursuing her, but she is always running away. So you almost had a Pepe Le Pew moment.
How amazing would that have been? I couldn't have come to work today. I would have had to gone somewhere. You would have loved that.
I really would have. It would have been
not to where I don't know where I would have gone. Like I know you're supposed to do tomato stuff, but
yeah, you go soak in a tomato bath, I guess, like a tomato juice bath.
But would I have to get in my car to get that? It'd just ruin everything.
How else are you going to get there?
Well, I was going to send you, or we'd have to Amazon, like same day it.
You're like, wow.
How fast can you get this to me?
I don't know. I've never encountered a person that's been sprayed by a skunk.
I haven't
like,
either.
I've had friends that have had cars sprayed or they've run over a skunk
and then
then
gets
they're
on the tire.
on the car or whatever, and like they can't get rid of it forever.
Well,
and
that was almost me.
I had a skunk that was killed in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird one. That was during the summer. I just woke up one morning. It was a Sunday morning, I think, and I woke up in my bedroom like, what? What is going on? What? I found the body of a dead skunk in the backyard. And
was it a statement someone was making, or did he just die?
I don't know what happened to it. No, there was obviously a fight because there were tufts of fur and blood.
And if he would have skunked something, he would have been upset.
No, he did.
Yeah.
And so like I hosed my backyard, I tomatoed my back, like I did all kinds of stuff, and it took a long time. But luckily, it was in the mid-90s and humid, so it just baked the smell, and it was
it's like right in there.
It just lingered in a really awesome way.
Well, just again, a heads up if you're coming to RadioU today.
Be on
it's not a cat.
You know what? I think that you should just that's a good warning no matter what. If you see an animal in the wild, approach slowly, if at all.
If it has a white stripe.
Ever grab milk right out of the fridge to pour in your cereal, only to realize that your stupid roommate left an empty carton in the fridge? That emptiness is nothing compared to how you're about to feel. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
So Nikki and I are, concerned, quite frankly.
About?
Maybe concern's not even the word. What's more than concerned? Worried? Wringing our hands? Pacing?
Yes, nervous. Just very upset about it.
Here's a direct quote. The biggest coffee crisis of our time.
Oh, no.
You're like, are you talking about the time that they ran out of flat whites? And I was like, okay, I'll take a PSO. And they're like, we didn't even have that.
Would they have no more cold brew?
Like, what do you mean, biggest coffee crisis? I'm always in crisis. Well, the biggest coffee crisis of our time, this is a report coming out of Latin America. They say that coffee leaf rust, which is a coffee plant disease.
Oh, that's weird.
Did you know that plants can get diseases?
Even coffee plants?
What are we doing? We need to have a fundraiser for this.
So the leaves of the coffee plants are going bad?
It's an orange, powdery fungus that slashes the plant's yield. So it doesn't mean that the plant isn't going to produce any coffee beans, but it's way, way, way lower than what it would normally create. And so they say that this almost killed the coffee industry in the late 1800s.
And now we're seeing a resurgence of it?
So they've been trying to manage the disease, I guess, since the 70s, since it really popped back up. But apparently this year it's having its worst showing yet. And that's when a Guatemalan producer, Josue Morales, said we are in the middle of the biggest coffee crisis of our time.
So we just don't have as much product. Not as much product means to higher prices and just still a greater demand for coffee now than there's ever been.
Arabica, or is it Arabica? That's
Arabica.
Arabica? Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Okay.
Arabica beans.
Yep, those. That is 75% of global coffee production, just those beans. They are some of the most susceptible to the pathogen.
To the disease? Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
What can we do? Can we hold the leaves' hands?
There isn't anything that we can do about it, but it's still concerning.
Sure.
Right? Because I will say this. I already feel like coffee is a little expensive. I know what you're like. I know, man, because like single source, multi-what. No. I'm just talking about the stuff I'm brewing at home. You know, you're paying, $10, $15 for a bag of coffee. I know you can go a little cheaper, but I'm paying like a little bit more for, a little bit better coffee.
For what you like, yeah.
And the idea of they're like, that's only going to go up 75 to 100%. Be like, wow, just like everything else in my life.
I mean, when you seem grumpy when it's like, oh, gas goes up a little, it's like this will have nothing,
dude,
compared to what gas will have nothing compared to what coffee can do.
Well, I'm telling you right now that like if we need to have a fundraiser, a like coffee aid or something where we got to get bands out and people are out singing songs and holding hands and raising money for coffee, I'll do that.
You'll be a part of it?
Dude, I will head up the team that does the thing, and I know that many, many others want to join me. So if you're into, you can text 877-2RADIO-U.
Or, of course, just join the movement. If you go to RadioU Riot, our Facebook page, you can get more details there, or at least post your own details.
Be a part of the solution. In the meantime, I'm going to drink some more coffee.
But not too much, because there's a shortage.
Not too. Well, it's not yet.
Well, it'll come. We got to start saving what we can.
Should start stockpiling now.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
I told you that you might think that you have a bad day, but it could be so much worse. Now, you've thought to yourself about how wonderful it would be to explore an underwater world. It's like being on another planet. You go scuba diving. I'm getting lessons. I know how to use a rebreather. I've got a tank. I'm like Jacques Cousteau down there.
And you now are certified, and your work is so impressed.
It's so incredible, really. And then you find out that you go into work because you're a professional diver now. You're called into situations. You got to find things. You got to this, that, and the other. But it turns out you got a phone call from the Charleston water system. Looks like they got a little problem over at Plum Island Wastewater Treatment Plant. But you're not worried because it's still water.
You can do this. You can handle this.
And then you show up and they're like, hey, I got to have you get down there in the sewage. They sent, this is crazy, at this wastewater treatment facility, they had to send divers into the pipes to find out what was clogging them. All right?
Basically there was obstruction, and they had to go 80 to 90 feet into the sewage pipes to find what was actually causing the pipes to get clogged and cause the backup that they were experiencing at the water system area.
And hey, hang on, because I don't think you're getting it. When they say like they had to go up into the sewage, and you're like, oh, they sent a drone, they sent a whatever.
No.
They put people in suits and had them swim through raw sewage to find out what was clogging. And then when they got up there, they were like, all right, just use your hands. Let's pull out the things that are clogging this. All right. And here's what they found.
Maybe they gave him one of those little claw things at the end of a stick.
All right,
like
sure,
maybe they had a stick.
Maybe. But here's what they found, that they found these big things they call fatbergs, which are big gatherings of fatty excretions and stuff. And so they said most of these fatbergs were actually made up of flushable wipes.
Which I thought flushables would be okay to flush.
It's just something they say.
It's just something they do.
They actually, in the UK, they've put out like public health warnings or whatever, where they're like, hey, please stop with the flushable wipes.
That's because in the UK, like that sewer system, they have what is called fatberg. Like it's a giant.
They have one fatberg?
They have a giant fatberg that they've been dealing with. For this is a lot of unflushables, lots of cleaning wipes. That's the other thing. So if you clean and you buy the little Clorox wipes and stuff, are people flushing those? Or?
Yes.
And that's not what you're supposed to do.
They're also flushing
stuff. Yes.
Like, babies have wipes. They make those for adults. And people are buying them. In fact, I read an article about how that is a booming business, where adults are turning away from toilet paper and turning towards a flushable wipe.
They said it's a $2.7 billion business by 2020. So if you're like using that, the sewage treatment, like the plants, the pipes and stuff are not able to handle that.
Yeah, but I'm glad to know the solution is we have people whose job it is to swim in our raw sewage and then grab.
I just couldn't. No suit would be able to protect me from that.
I just imagine that either A, deep psychological trauma, or B, some very gifted people. Some people that are capable
Those are the heroes.
Yeah.
Those are the heroes.
They're capable of doing things we could never do.
Took them 3 days to get what they call the wet well back to normal levels. So 3 days of cleaning out the wastewater.
Think about that. You're up there swimming, grabbing the flushable wipes. The used flushable wipes.
It just gets so bad.
And then they're like, oh, well, that's it. Come back tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see you then. We're not done yet.
Come on back tomorrow.
Are we done yet?
We're going to do this some more. What? Nope. Fatberg. telling you, I still stand by the fact that is my new favorite disgruntled police officer TV show. Like, come on, Fatberg. Because Fatberg's on the case.
The divers needed to be washed with bleach after their swim.
The worst of the riot. It's like Lucky Charms, but no marshmallows. Radio U.
I realize by now I shouldn't be surprised by this behavior, but I do feel like I need to speak up because yesterday I was bullied at work.
It was sad to see.
We all said the participant.
I did not do that.
Okay.
Not about the TV show.
Here's what happened. Yesterday.
I like the guy who's in the show.
Yesterday, we went to lunch to celebrate Hudson's birthday. Like, that's worth celebrating.
His
but
birthday was on Sunday.
So Hudson picks a place that's like an hour away. So I have to drive down there with everybody first.
People
That's
are
bad
hungry.
enough.
Everybody's ready to eat. It was a long haul to get there. So I think tempers are just little hot.
So we get down there, and I'm sitting across from Josh. Now, keep in mind that Josh is the host of Radio U's Most Wanted, all-around great guy, and huge fan of television. So I do like to talk to Josh about what's going on TV. So we were engaged in a discussion about what's on television, and I said that I was interested in The Rookie, which is a new show with Nathan Fillion that's on ABC. And Hudson said something negative about it. And Josh said something bad about the ratings, and then Nikki goes, he bought the whole first season on Amazon!
That's not... Okay, first off, that is not how it was on our side of the table. We didn't even hear you talk. All I heard was Hudson say something about The Rookie, and he said it in a mean way. Mm-hmm. Like, he was just like, who would even watch this show?
And you said, ask him about buying the whole first season!
That's not how I said it. I said, wait, Obi bought the first season of that. Mm-hmm. And I did not laugh. I did not do any of that stuff.
There was a tone. No. Derision. It existed.
There was not. It was Nikki, Hudson that was mean.
I know that you and I haven't talked about this very often, but tone is really important.
It is, isn't it?
Tone is really important. And so
is not lying.
Yeah. I'm not lying. I'm telling you about your tone, and here we go right now. You see how she's turning it around and victim shaming? You guys see how that is? Someone speaks up and they're like, it's you.
Turning that around to turn it around.
It's you. You're the one. That's actually what Nikki's really doing right now is gaslighting. She's trying to make me feel like I'm crazy.
No, it was Hudson who was mean.
For what is happening.
And even Josh snickered. Because
Hudson of the way you said
who in the world would even watch that show? And I said, well, wait a minute. My statement was more like, he's not just watching, like he hasn't watched it yet, but he bought the whole thing.
I did. I bought it. And you know what?
Did you like it?
I watched it last night, and I did like it. And you know what I thought when I got done? Oh, man. I like this show, which means it's doomed.
It's never going to make it.
It is doomed, and it is. Like, watching it, I was like, this is kind of funny. It's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. I don't think I would be interested in it even in the slightest if it wasn't for Nathan Fillion. I didn't watch Castle.
I did.
I did not.
But he was on Firefly.
Yeah, I watched Firefly. I loved Firefly, and I've liked some of the other stuff that Nathan Fillion has done. And so I was like, oh, I'll give this a shot. And I liked it. But I can tell you right now, watching it last night, I was like, this show doesn't have a prayer. I like it. I like the vibe. I like what they're doing. It doesn't have a prayer.
That means it'll give him 1 or 2 seasons just because of who he is.
Probably, but it's going to be a short season this year, I'll bet. You'll be lucky to get 12 episodes out of it.
Okay.
It'll be more like 8.
Hey, we're sorry if you had any hurt feelings, but I wasn't in any of the bullying.
Nikki was.
No, I wasn't.
No,
I wasn't. That was Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
He was the meanie about the show.
Ask him about the whole first season.
I didn't say it like that. I never laugh like that.
Then Nikki
that's a lie. I never
stood up on her chair and pointed and started laughing. Doesn't that sound exactly like Nikki?
It does not. I would never draw attention to myself that way.
Well, no, but see, the thing is, you and I both
Lies.
know that you were pointing at me, so everybody was looking.
Lies.
And I was just like, you know what, guys?
Nope.
It's fine.
Remember, if you can just make it through the rest of the riot, then you can probably make it through the rest of the week. And through the next several months. And then it'll practically be Christmas. The Riot on Radio U.
If you don't know who Meghan Markle is, she's the Duchess of Sussex. She married Prince Harry. She's an American that is married into the British royal family.
Is she American or Canadian?
Is she Canadian?
Can't remember.
I thought she was
or
American.
Maybe because she was an actress, she was always working in Canada.
I think it's that. I'm pretty sure she's American because people were making jokes about how the next royal baby would be an American because she's an American.
You gotta say it in the American way. American way.
She'd be an American. So they're going to move to Texas. Yeah, that's a good question right there. Why did she have to move why didn't he move here and become an American citizen? Why not? Because when you're a prince, that's not the way it works.
Okay, because, she was born in Los Angeles. I don't think I would know anybody who would have gone that way and, not wanted to be, in royalty.
How about your ancestors?
Oh, they're fine.
Right.
They would have been fine by now.
Your forefathers, Nikki,
I know, right?
who fought and bled to be free of the monarchy.
Yes.
How about those? But you know what? It's cool.
But I could have...
I don't know anybody.
I could have a tiara.
I don't know anybody that would choose to come here when they could stay in the UK. Who would do that? I don't know anyone historically or modern that would make a choice like that. Oh my gosh!
But you could be royalty, and we don't have that here.
That's why we came here.
I know. But
We came here
we could
so
be the
we
new
wouldn't
royalty.
have it.
Now here we just have celebrities.
It's fine.
Not a problem, right?
Now, I'm talking about this because it's not in my nature, and I understand that everybody has different things. We've discussed on this show how I am the harbinger of failure, which means things I like usually end up dying off, while things I don't like succeed and grow and go
Flourish
on.
with many seasons of TV shows.
And so gambling is something I just straight up don't get. Don't participate, don't want to participate. And they're like, well, it makes it interesting. If it's not interesting enough to sustain my interest without gambling, then I'm not interested in putting money on the line to, quote unquote, just make it interesting. It's on them. You guys have to make it interesting. It's not my job to make it interesting. You make it interesting. Otherwise, I'm walking out.
But they need your money for that.
Whatever. So, Nikki, right now, you and are you feeling lucky?
Are we putting odds on the baby or something?
Oh, that's right.
So they've got something going.
4-1 on twins.
4-1 on twins?
4-1.
That's what they're doing. People will bet on anything.
That's what I'm saying. People will bet on anything. They're just like, hey, what are you doing? Are you interested in Meghan Markle from the United States becoming a duchess and having a baby? No. Oh, yeah? I'll bet it's twins. I'm in. Let's talk.
You're on the books.
Somebody fire it up. I'm going to the UK. I got bets to place. Woo!
You must got money to burn if you're doing that.
No. Okay. How many people do you know that do a lot of gambling and are like,
I know.
I've got so much money, you just don't even know.
And they get stuck in it and they think they'll make money and then they don't. It's even worse.
They don't end up making
any money.
So, I mean, I'm not saying they never win, but I feel like if you extend the timetable long enough, it doesn't work out that well.
I agree.
But, Nikki, if you want to get started, if you want to find out whether or not you're addicted to gambling, if you want to make it interesting.
Yeah, I can jump in on this.
4-1 odds.
You know what I have in my wallet right now?
What?
$1.
Yeah, but
I'm in.
We'll take credit card.
Yeah. You guys will do it that way.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's use our credit card to make bets. Even better idea.
It's the worst.
Even
it's
better
the worst
idea.
thing you've ever said. Because someone's there is like, I didn't know I could do that.
Really?
That's amazing.
Really?
Oh, no.
That feeling when you hear that every school in the state is closed, but yours? Now you know how we feel. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
You know what, Nikki? It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is.
And I don't know if you guys have started preparing or not, but you need to start making plans. Because as we say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So right now, I want you to think about the people in your life. Someone that you can trust. Somebody that's not going to rat you out. Somebody that you know is not a cop. Because you have to tell me if you're a cop. Are you a cop? Are you a cop?
Not true.
You have to tell me if you're a cop. And then it's that time of the year when it's time to start stealing Christmas decorations.
No, it's not. No one has their Christmas decorations up.
No, not.
This is the time to steal the spiders
Nikki,
and the skeletons and the
no.
coffin that my neighbor has out on their yard.
Nikki, you've got it all wrong. I'm not talking about stealing from your neighbors.
Oh, from like the store?
You steal from the store.
Oh, see, I think the store would be more risky.
Well, that's why you have to have a friend. Here's how it works. You have a friend that you use to distract the clerk while you begin stealing things. I'm looking here at the police report from the Woodinville Weekly. That's the North Lake News. They've been around since...
How are all those things still around? That just sounds something that we don't do anymore.
I don't know.
Where's that at? Is it sound someplace cold?
I believe it to be in the state of Washington.
Oh, okay.
And what we see here is I'm just looking through all the different crimes that happened over the last week. And there was one there in Northeast Woodinville, Duval Road, where we had an older female distracting the store clerk while a younger male stuffed Christmas ornaments down pants and exited store.
Well, you got to start now, so then you're prepared in like a month to go ahead and start decorating for Christmas.
Well, that was my thought, is that if we started stealing Christmas decorations now instead of waiting until, Christmas was more in full swing, I feel like our chances of getting away with it are probably higher now than later. Though, in fairness, if you really want to get away with it, steal clearance decorations come
They
like
don't
December.
care. They're actually going to thank you.
They're glad you're just clearing stock.
So you got to hit the clearance section on that time. I haven't even seen any outside of Costco, but I don't go into
they're
stores too many.
They're out there.
Of them.
So would you be interested in helping me steal Christmas decorations?
I'm here for you, right?
Could you?
And you probably could talk me into it because I am a supportive follower.
You are.
And I'll be like, what's a sheep sound? Like, bah, I'm just going to follow you.
So here's my question to you is do you want to be the distraction?
No, I don't want to be I'll be the distraction. I want to be the person who actually steals something.
Because at the end of the day,
I'd start crying as we get the door.
I don't think they could prove that you were part of it. If you were just distracted.
That's all I want to be.
You're just like, what? I had a lot of questions about the skull behind the counter.
That I could do.
I guess the image I had was CVS. I was there the other night.
They
have some Christmas decorations in it. Yeah. No, Skoal, like SKOAL, the chewing tobacco.
Oh.
Because, they have it behind the counter. So you're distracting them, getting them to turn around while I'm putting the Christmas decorations apparently in my pants, which, by the way, my pants
don't
aren't
have
that
any
loose.
room. How do you do that?
Well, I think we're just going to have to get some bigger pants.
Athleisure wear, like you have been mentioning. You could have a couple pairs of those.
Something to think about. So, and guys, just to be clear, this is only for best friends. Like you're not.
Is this the BFF club?
Maybe, but then
only
again,
the best of friends go and steal Christmas decorations.
Maybe, but then again, maybe it's one of those things where she's not my best friend, but she is my theft friend.
But I don't want this to ruin our friendship because then what if I start? The next day I come into work and I'm crying and I'm like, we got to go back and tell them I can't live like this anymore. And I just crumble.
No, you know what? I see it the other way around. I see me getting arrested and me ratting you out. And then you're like, you talked.
Oh, it just sounds fun. It does sound great.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want to steal anything. That's not nice.
I've got a text here from Jason. He says he's busted many couples distracting.
That's a common...
So that's a common tactic?
Common tactic there.
So what you're saying is we got to bring in a third RIOT's 3.
RIOT's 3
Instead
people.
Of Ocean's 8.
Hey, Nick with news.
He could distract them. He goes up and he's just like, hey, did you hear about the pileup on 161?
He can talk about that. And then I'm going to be another distraction. I'll be the second question. Mm-hmm. And then you're still the one who has to take things. I can't do that.
Seems like a lot of work for Tinsel.
We could just also buy it.
We could, but where's the fun in that, Nikki? I need to know that I'm alive.
You need the thrill.
I need to make it interesting. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe we have enough decorations already.
The RIOT is an award-winning morning show.
It's literally a medal for sucking.
Now that is a medal for trying.
Okay.
RadioU.
Okay, Nikki.
Yes.
You know that in other countries, their potties are not like our potties.
They are different. And I don't think I have the leg muscles to even try that. Like, I wouldn't even know what to do.
Well, I think you'd have to develop them. Like, I would have to put you on a potty preparedness plan.
If I went, yeah.
The triple P before you went to China. Because in China, they don't have a place for you to sit. They just have a hole in the ground, and that's your bathroom.
There's no there's no toilets like above ground, like pools.
Mm-hmm.
This one's an in-ground pool.
That's exactly that.
Okay,
It's exactly
like, it's not literally like a hole, but like it's a toilet in the hole. Depends on where you go, but it is a hole, and it's got porcelain and tile around it. But I just don't think I know how you would do that.
It's a hole.
It is, yeah, it is. But
it is a hole.
It's not like just dirt in a hole.
You just,
squat. I don't know how to squat my legs like that.
Well, we're going to have to work on it.
And again, I think pants are too tight. Like, I just don't know how to do that. We'd have to wear travel clothes.
Okay. I don't want to go into the logistics anymore. Let's just go ahead and, because, I mean, quite frankly, the deeper we get into this, the more questions everyone's going to have.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm just not ready for that.
So, man,
but if that's what you were used to, that's totally normal.
A man in China is having fish for dinner. Now, what does that have to do with the toilet? Hang with me. It will become clear in a moment. So apparently he takes the fish into the bathroom with him.
To wash it.
He's washing it in the bathroom.
It's not like he takes it with him like, here you go, buddy. He's going to wash the fish in the sink.
Yeah, the fish.
Or in the shower.
The fish are dead. He's going to use the water source in there.
Mm-hmm.
He bought these fish for his dinner. And while he's in the middle of doing that, one of the fish falls down the hole.
Which hole is it?
The potty hole.
The toilet hole.
And he's like, oh no, my fish! And so he runs over and sticks his arm in the hole trying to get the fish.
It'd be like us putting our arm in the toilet.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. If he managed to reach down into the toilet and pull the fish out, which he didn't, by the way.
No, and we'll tell you what happened.
Would you be willing to eat that fish, Nikki?
No, but apparently he's fine with
fish?
it. He's fine with it.
But I
wouldn't even know that it was a toilet fish.
I know, but let's say you knew, but I had cleaned it.
No, I don't want a toilet fish.
I cooked it up. I cooked it up.
I don't care.
Don't you know that the ocean is one big toilet as far as the fish are concerned?
We're okay with that one. I'm not okay with this one.
Okay. You know that there are fishermen at sea right now that are like,
that is their toilet. That's their
whoa.
whole. No, but basically the guy put
Heard of Davy Jones' locker? This is Davy Jones' locker room.
He put his hand in the toilet hole in the squat toilet, and he got his arm stuck.
Stuck like up to the shoulder.
And he needed to be rescued because he could not get his arm out.
So the fire department had to come out, drill around him, and pull him out.
Did he have the fish? That's the one thing I never caught.
Fish didn't make it, Nikki.
Oh, poor fish.
Fish didn't make it.
Toilet didn't make it either.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, there's repairs that are going to have to take place.
Someone's going to have to call the plumber.
Some repairs are going to have to take place.
So if this ever happens to you and you're like, but I spent money on the fish, I need the fish, you're just going to have to let it go.
You really do need to let it go. You do. And you know what? I think I want to be one of those guys. You know how some people have something unique in their house? If I move to China, I want people to be like, he has a Western-style toilet.
That's what it is. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I will sit on the toilet.
It's like, come over. It's a weird one, right, guys?
Trust me, it's better.
Yeah. I dropped the fish in there, but they were easy to retrieve.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the RIOT is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the RIOT on RadioU.
What are your plans for today? Have you thought about really what you're going to do? You might want to just take, and I mean, this is something I do sometimes. You just take a deep breath and just take 5 minutes and just kind of dwell over your day and think about, you know, the choices that you're going to make and stuff. Because before you do that, something that you might consider that you probably don't even know is that today is National Cupcake Day.
Well, now that changes things, doesn't it? I didn't know it was a holiday today.
Nikki.
Is it a bank day?
It's a holiday. You guys understand? I mean, it frustrates.
Yay!
If you want to know the truth, it frustrates me a little bit that it's a holiday that doesn't have any like music that you really associate with it. So it's that. Sometimes I feel like that just in general makes it harder to celebrate because if
there's no soundtrack to it.
If a holiday has a song, then all of a sudden people are like, "Oh, well, we can celebrate this," and we all love to sing the song to the thing,
the Cupcake Sonata.
Mm-hmm. Nikki, that might be my favorite thing that you've ever said. Oh, you guys know Cupcake Sonata.
Hello.
Everybody loves
it's
that.
moving. It was my lullaby when I was a baby.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't necessarily have a
well, I think one of our romantic songs that we've got, that's not romantic.
I don't think that's...
No, something swelling and emotional.
Okay.
And just really brings all the memories of... That is football. That's
We're going to get a cupcake, baby!
We're getting the game.
Hey, watch this. Hey, guys, cupcakes!
Hey! Is there any cupcake specials today? You know, like on, donut day, you get like the free donut.
I don't see any cupcake specials.
Nothing going on?
I got a recipe here. We're like...
We'd have to make our own, which is fine.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So...
Right, well, maybe for lunch, we pick a place near a cupcake place.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
That's a great idea. We could be having cupcakes for lunch. What if...
No, that can't just be our lunch, but near our lunch place.
No. How many times in this room, all of us together, have we discussed the idea that we feel like we're constantly being told what is and isn't the correct food? Because in some countries, they're like, they'll have eggs for lunch.
Sure.
And they'll have... what do you have for breakfast? They'll have a turkey sandwich for breakfast.
Well, they'll have, what we consider to be lunch and dinner food just for breakfast.
Let's
and that's
for breakfast.
Food is food.
Food is just food.
Food is food.
Okay. I love that. Can I get a T-shirt that says that? Food is food.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
Hashtag food is food.
We are supporting National Cupcake Day.
So for National Cupcake Day, instead of those judgmental, harsh tones that we use for so many other things, what if we just went to a bakery and we were like, food is food.
Give me a cupcake.
I will have a few cupcakes today and celebrate.
It wouldn't be right if we didn't do something.
I feel like we should do something. And by something, I mean eat. And by eat, I mean...
a cupcake.
Cupcakes.
Okay, well, that is on the calendar for today.
It's just something to think about.
Dude, if you really want to get points with all your friends, if you got class or if you got work today, just show up with a couple of cupcakes.
I mean, I might be able to think of a couple of people that are driving into RadioU right now that if their car would happen to pull to the side and they went in somewhere and they got cupcakes and they brought them in.
I think it would be good for them, good for morale.
Oh, morale for sure. Don't we care about morale? I care about morale. Absolutely, I do. Hey, in a few minutes, Nikki, let's talk about how Facebook is ripping you off again.
Okay.
Why are we, as much bad news as there is that surrounds Facebook, why do people still use it?
Because you're just used to it.
What are we doing?
It's that necessary evil. It's like, your Gmail.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, where are you at on key lime pie?
It'll do.
Do you like it?
I do, but is it what I would always pick if you gave me a selection? Probably not. Maybe if it was really hot out and it's refreshing, but it's good.
I don't go in for fruit flavors.
You don't?
Not really.
Oh, I like lime. I don't mind.
What about chocolate and peanut butter?
That's a classic.
Do you guys have something that is chocolate peanut butter? That's kind of what I'm looking for. But the people at Chick-fil-A are like, nah. What you need is some key lime pie in your drink.
They are testing the frosted key lime. It's kind of like their version of their soft serve milkshake sort of drink that they have. Mm-hmm. So it takes their Chick-fil-A lemonade, their vanilla soft serve, and sugar-free, that'll help it.
Lime flavoring?
Lime flavoring. They combine it together, and that's the frosted key lime.
I don't want that.
You don't? I'll take that. I'm sure it's really, really, really delicious. I
don't know. We went to lunch yesterday at a place that was doing a chocolate peanut butter shake for $8.
They had a lot of milkshakes.
$7, $8. Sounded amazing. It's too expensive.
Well, yeah.
It was like, hey, your
wanted.
burger's $10, your fries are $5, this shake is $8.
The milkshake was the price you wanted your lunch hamburger to be, too. Like, it was all just way too expensive.
Man, it was something, though, in fairness, it was delicious.
So this from Chick-fil-A, they're testing in Austin, Texas for a limited time, and a small costs $3.39.
See, that's expensive.
They're doing a blend of spirulina and turmeric, which will give it a green coloring to it. And those are both recognized as superfoods, but they're not actually like marketing this as a superfood drink.
Now, if you find yourself wanting green food, but you're like, can I get something that's a little less healthy? No problem.
Gotcha.
Burger King, they're putting out a limited edition. Is it a limited edition Whopper or just a limited edition burger?
It is a hamburger and chicken. So like it's called the Nightmare King. So that is out starting.
Who doesn't want to go see the Nightmare King?
They do usually a Halloween thing, so it's that. It's out starting on Monday through November 1st, and they take a hamburger, crispy fried chicken, filet, cheese, bacon, mayonnaise, and onions with a green sesame seed bun. So that's kind of like the nightmare part of it. And that's their Nightmare King.
So I wasn't getting that. I thought it was a chicken sandwich or a burger.
No, I think they're together.
It's a chicken and burger and bacon.
And the green hamburger bun.
Man, we get the onions off of that. We might be talking about something.
I know. I don't mind if that makes its way off of it, too. Looks pretty good.
I would eat that.
So that's Monday.
I think I might actually eat that.
You want to do it on Monday?
Maybe we should.
We can go for the show's sake.
Yeah, go to Burger King, hang out, eat some burgers.
At lunchtime.
Stream on Facebook, have them lie to us about our numbers.
All the good stuff that we want.
Everything you want to do right there. A chicken burger. Man, there's something obscene about that.
You're intrigued?
I ate a pig chicken cow.
What's it called with the McDonald's hack? The land, sea, sky?
Yes.
So
it's something like that?
Yeah, you put like the fish fillet, the hamburger, and chicken.
Let's do it. Put a little piggy on there with that bacon.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? RadioU.
I feel like there is a vast conspiracy in which the entire world is against me.
Why?
That actually may be a bit harsh. But do you ever notice this? Now, I know there is not someone at Apple right now that has their eye on my iTunes account and is like, hey.
He's on.
I know that's not true, but here's how I feel. I feel like whether it's iTunes or Steam or whatever, any kind of a gift card that I get, like when I don't have a gift card, everything I could ever possibly want is on sale and it's out there and it's tempting or whatever. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to spend that money. I'm going to be good. I'm going to whatever. And then as soon as somebody gives you a gift card, they're like, all right, he's got a gift card. Crank the prices up. No sales, no package deals, nothing.
I don't know if there's an algorithm or a formula for that. I hope there's not, because that would be very mean.
I have. Nikki got me an iTunes gift card for my birthday.
And you've had it for so long.
I have. Well, you know what? I was going to the weekend of my birthday buy something, but I was at Sunfest on Saturday, and then when I got home on Sunday, I was just like, man, I'm tired.
You were sick, too.
Yeah, that's right.
You got sick that weekend.
Sick. And so I was like, I don't want anything. I just want to be left alone.
And
I don't feel good. And now
you got what you wanted. There's nothing.
Now every day I check this sale thing where I think it's Cheap Charts. And what they do is they'll show you everything that's on sale that day. And I love it. I don't know if Cheap Charts does this, but Blu-ray.com does, where they'll actually show you. I love it. They'll have a movie. Like here I'm looking at Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they'll have that movie there. And then they have this little chart next or like underneath it. And you just click it. And it will show you historically, since iTunes started selling that movie, how low the price has ever gotten. And it will tell you, like, okay, right now it's the lowest price it's been, or, in June of 17, it was $4.99 or whatever. And I got to tell you what, Nikki, I feel like everything I want is at a record high.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Record high prices right now.
Well, they know you finally have some gift card money to spend.
I'm sitting on a gift card.
You might as well spend the whole amount.
Wrong.
You're going to just keep waiting?
You know what I'll do? I'll tell you what, I have something that nobody thinks I have. Patience.
On this part of it.
Mm-hmm. I will wait.
It's like some weird game. With him and these sites, it's like watching some weird game of chicken every day.
It is.
And then sometimes it's like, I can't, and he swerves and he buys it.
Let me tell you what, right now, I have a $25 iTunes gift card.
Yes.
And I am committed to getting 5 movies out of that.
Really?
5
movies. You stay strong then.
You go $4.99 or you don't get mine. That's the way it goes.
That's the new slogan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
That's a long hashtag, but feel free to use it.
You're almost to Black Friday. Like, I'm sure you'll get your $4.99 movies then.
5 movies, Nikki. $4.99.
Keep waiting.
Worst of the riot, not enough? Not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
Nikki, do you ever buy clothes online?
I do sometimes. It's just hard to, like, you either have to do your work ahead of time and, like, measure your body. Mm-hmm. And then you have to, when you pick the outfit or the item that you want, I feel like you actually have to look and see the actual reviews and what people are saying for its sizing. Otherwise, you're just going to end up, not working for you.
Yeah, I buy a lot of logoed T-shirts or
those are
novelty
fine.
shirts. Well,
yeah, I mean, that can work too.
They aren't. Like, a lot of times I'll get them and I'll buy an extra large and I'm like, okay.
What happened?
This feels like a small, or maybe it's me.
But then you buy a larger size and it's a tent.
Yeah.
It's way too big.
I just go ahead and put it on my chair and I've got a fort that I can live in. It's no big deal.
So you're just in between.
Yeah, it's hard to find something that fits, but there's a company called Zozo or ZOZO. Do you know this company?
I do not.
Okay, well, they actually have come up with this suit that you put on and it measures you, like it attaches to an app.
It's like the jeans.
What jeans?
You never seen the jeans before? They're always on Facebook.
The jeans?
No, it's like these pants that you put on. They're workout pants, but you don't work out in them. And they have sensors in them. So then it'll tell you your jean size. And then it'll pull up online jeans that would fit for your body.
Well, that's exactly what this does, but it's a whole body suit.
Yeah,
it's basically a big bodysuit. You put it on like, and I'm talking like it's up to your neck, all the way down to your toesies.
You basically wear it. The sensors will tell the app, and then it'll tell you the correct sizing for you.
And then the app pulls up all kinds of clothes that are sized just right for you.
Yeah, the pants for that have been around for a while.
I've never seen them. But, Nikki, I'm not really...
We're not always in the same...
paying attention to those kinds of
circle.
things. But this, I thought, was fascinating. The idea of like, hey, listen, because I always feel like no matter what clothes I buy, they don't fit. They're too big or too small. I don't know if I've ever had any clothing that just
fit perfectly.
Fits. Super rare. It's rare enough that I found some jeans that fit really well that I drive forever to go buy them because it's like, look, these fit. It's fine, whatever. Dude. A suit that would tell you that and then connect you with it. And then you got 2 problems there. One, it's going to tell you what your clothes size actually is.
And that's going to be sad.
You're not going to like that.
Especially today's Cupcake Day, remember? It's a holiday.
It is National
and
Cupcake Day.
No one has to, you don't want to measure yourself after today.
And 2, then I'm going to find out that there are places that make clothes that fit me just right, but they're very expensive. So I end up going back to too small or too big clothes.
Yeah, this isn't for like the T-shirts we normally buy, or the hoodies.
Yeah.
Because hoodies, these are the sizes. Like, that's it. There is what there is. So it's either going to be a little too big or a little too tight.
Look, I'm just going to keep living the baggy clothes lifestyle.
So
that's
they
where I'm
say
at.
that the Zoso or Zusu suit, it must be free then. But I don't know if you return it when you're done or what.
I don't know.
Because then they're just trying to sell you their clothes collection.
Phil says you need clothes like in Back to the Future where it fits to your body. That would actually be cool.
No one wants to pay for that, though.
Like you push a button and then it just fits just right. That would be... I'm up for that. Or maybe we should just start wearing tights.
They want you to wear their collection. So they want to make sure you fit into it.
To their clothes, yeah. Tex says it's a body-shaming suit.
Probably. You're going to feel shamed after. You're not going to be like, hey, friends, come on over and look at me in the bodysuit.
Dude, that's one of those things, like, you don't care when Facebook leaks your data, but when Zozo leaks your pants size, you're like, no, not that!
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
I go to the bathroom my way.